Wiper kiongozwa na Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka umetuonesha juzi, imetengeneza urafiki wa kudumu na wa maisha kati ya nyinyi na sisi. Na sisi si watu ya kuongea hivi hivi. Tukiamua watu ni marafiki zetu, inakuwaga namna hiyo. Pia tunakumbuka mwaka wa 2007. Kiongozi wenu Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka alisaidia Mwai Kibaki akiwa na matatizo, ameshinda kura ya rais lakini hana wabunge ya kuendesha serikali. Kalonzo akakuja akamsaidia Mwai Kibaki, akasaidia serikali yake, na hiyo serikali ya Kibaki na Kalonzo ndio ilifanya ile maendeleo ya uchumi haijaonekana Kenya tangu independence. Na sisi tulisahau kulipa Kalonzo hiyo deni. Iko. Na sisi ni watu ya kulipa madeni. Tulikuwa na ya Ruto tumelipa, sisi hatuna deni yake sasa. Si tumelipa yeye. Tulikuwa tunataka kulipa na installment, tumemlipa the first installment, ameleta madharau. Tumesema hiyo deni imekui. Sisi hatuna deni yake. Sisi tuko free. Sasa tuko na madeni nyingine kidogo kidogo, ndio tunataka tulipalipe madeni. Tukae bila deni. Si ndio? Sisi tuko na deni ya Kalonzo na nyinyi. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka niseme tunaongea na kiongozi Kalonzo, mimi na viongozi tunaongea. Na tutapanga vizuri. Na Wakenya wengine kina Eugene Wamalwa, wengine kila pahali huko Masaini, we are talking as Kenyans, tukitafuta njia vile tutajipanga vizuri kwa sababu ya uchumi wa Kenya yetu, na tumalize mambo ya uongo katika hii Kenya.
And the Kenya Revenue Authority, KRA, has written off 507 billion in penalties and accumulated interest to ease compliance among taxpayers. The tax body stated that the move aims to encourage defaulters to settle their principal tax obligations without fear of punitive consequences.
This unprecedented step aligns with KRA's strategy to increase revenue collection by building public trust. Economists have welcomed the decision, stating it could boost businesses struggling with financial constraints. However, critics argue that it might embolden future defaulters. Let's have a look.
And on unfortunate stories, Kenya Power and Lighting Company KPLC has confirmed a nationwide power blackout affecting major cities and rural areas. The outage, attributed to a technical fault, disrupted business operations and inconvenienced millions of households. And efforts to restore normalcy are ongoing, with technicians working round the clock to resolve the issue.
This blackout adds to the growing frustrations Kenyans have expressed over the reliability of power supply. Many have called for urgent reforms within the energy sector, demanding improved infrastructure and better crisis management by KPLC. We are taking a short commercial break and we'll be right back.
Nĩ ũthumbũkĩte kũharĩria igongona rĩaku nĩguo rĩkinyanĩre. Ndũkamake rĩngĩ. JN Events marĩ haha nĩ ũndũ waku. Tũkũheaga macini ta drive racks, wireless microphones, stage fog machines, stage lights, floor monitors, luminaries na roadshow track. Tũkoragwo Naivasha, Karai, Keroche Road. Tũcerere kana ũhure thimũ namba 0720 394 177. JN Events. We speak your events.
Inyure thanduka ukigura Paprika dress ndugatheneke ringi ni amu Track Sound Audio Limited mehaha ni undu waku. Aya ni edia nguthi a speakers, mixers, equalizers, microphones, guitars, keyboards, haze machines, luminaries, speakers, park and lights, amplifiers, drum sets na indo ingĩ nyingĩ. Me mũciĩ mũnene wa Nairobi, Luthuri Avenue kana mwena wa Mombasa barabara-inĩ ya Haile Selassie. Nĩ ũndũ wa ũhoro makĩria mahũrĩre thimũ kũgerera 0722 755 207 kana 0799 3131. Track Sound Audio Limited. We make sound better.
Ũngĩenda kuonjorithia na ithuĩ, kwanĩrĩrithia biacara yaku kana kĩmenyithia gĩa gĩkuo, tũcerere wabici-inĩ citũ Nairobi, View Park Towers, ngorofa ya 5 Wing C, kana ũhure thimũ namba 0720 394 177 kana ũtũme email kũrĩ info@mugetv.co.ke. Mugi TV, mugambo wa kwĩhokeka.
Nĩndonire ngari ithatũ, nĩndonire ngari ithatũ, nĩndonire ngari ithatũ mũthenya wa thigũkũ. Ngari icio ciathiaga kũ, ngari icio ciathiaga kũ, ngari icio ciathiaga kũ mũthenya wa thigũkũ. Ciathiaga Jerusalemu, ciathiaga Jerusalemu, ciathiaga Jerusalemu mũthenya wa thigũkũ.
Yes, kuma gũkũ kwa Mugi TV twakwendithĩria thigũkũ njega ya Christmas
na mwaka mwerũ ũyũ irathimo.
Enjoy.
Muthi wa Jumatatu aingĩ maũtambũrĩte ta mwanjĩrĩrio wa kiumia, no gũkũ kwa Mugi TV nĩ kĩanjĩrĩria kĩomenyo na ndititimũrano thaa-inĩ cia ũteti na ũtongoria. Maya mothe nĩ thĩinĩ wa tabarĩra ya Mbuthĩ ya Ũteti. Nĩ Jumatatu thaa 1:30 o nginyagia thaa 3 hwaĩ-inĩ, ũgĩterevwo nĩ Wainaina Shake akĩinainia thingo ciothe cia ũteti na ũtongoria. Wĩra waku no gũikia Mbuthĩ ndereti-inĩ. Nĩ o Jumatatu thaa 1:30 o nginyagia thaa 3 hwaĩ-inĩ. Mugi TV, mugambo wa kwĩhokeka.
Thank you for watching Mugi TV News at 9 for comprehensive and informative news. And moving on with the stories that we prepared for you tonight, clerics have called on parents to be watchful of their children during this festive season to prevent them from adverse effects of peer pressures or from consuming explicit social media content.
Led by Reverend Benson Njui today of Deliverance Church, the cleric said lack of proper parental guidance during this festive period can have far-reaching implications to young people. He said some children can easily be lured into bad influences and thus the need for parents to become role models.
And parents have been urged to restrict their children's use of mobile phones to prevent exposure to pornographic content and other harmful material that can negatively affect their emotional and psychological well-being.
Speaking during an event to celebrate the children of Kiambu Town Police Officers, Reverend Njui also warned parents to remain vigilant during the holiday season, noting that children are at greater risk of engaging in substance abuse and other vices due to peer pressure. His
sentiments were echoed by Kiambu AP Chaplain Reverend Maina, who raised concern about the growing exposure of children to pornographic films and LGBTQ influences which can lead to harmful practices and adverse psychological effects.
Siku ya leo tumekuwa hapa Kiambu, tukaweza kufikia watoto wa AP, watoto wa prison na watoto wa Kenya Police, and tumeshukuru sana kwa sababu ya ushirikiano mwema ambao umefanya siku ya leo ikawa ya kufana, ya kwamba watoto wetu wamefurahi, wameshangilia na wamehisi ya kwamba kuna watu ambao wanawapenda na wanawatakia maisha mema ndani ya Kristo. Wakati huu wa likizo ningependa kuwaomba wazazi wenzangu ya kwamba waendelee kuwachunga watoto wao, wawalee kwa malezi mema ya Kristo na wafunze tabia na desturi za Kristo, ya kwamba wasijiingishe kwa mambo ambayo ni mapotofu, mambo ambayo hayafai, na zaidi ya yote wakati tunapowalea tukumbuke ya kwamba Mungu ametupa wajibu kama wazazi, tuendelee kuwalea katika njia za Kristo na waendelee kumtumikia.
We are reaching out the children because we know that there are so many dangers that our children are encountering, and especially right now that we are having the social media. The social media has actually crept in the lives of our children, and therefore we want them to reach, and we are reaching the children, and we are deliberate on this so that we can reach them and teach them the word of God, which will build value or create value into their lives, and to be very, very helpful. So we are deliberate on teaching and mentoring young people so that they will be great people in the future, people who have value in their lives. It is important, and we have seen it fit and important for parents to nurture their children in the ways of God, because right now we have so many things that are happening in the world, and therefore we are looking forward to see that our children have been taught the things of God, and when they are taught the things of God, as the Bible says, that teach the child in the way that he should follow, and when he grow up he will never depart from those ways. I would want to advise our men, because at this time our men normally don't go to church. People have become so biased about church, and I would want to advise our men, because men have allowed their wives to go to church with the children. I would want to ask our men, please accompany your children, take your children to church. Tell them that they need to go to church. And when you tell them to go, they need to go to church, go with them in the church. And when you go with them in the church, they will be excited. They will be seeing that their father is also going to church, and you will never regret. Still, you are supposed not to drink. You're not supposed to drink. You're not supposed to drink wine. You're not supposed to drink what we call beer in front of your children. You are also not supposed even to smoke that cigarette before your children.
For watching Mugi TV, and we have a story or even a topic of discussion for you tonight. And we've seen from yesterday a circulation of our president where it's likely pushing for vaccination or fascination of 22 million cattle. So I'm wondering, how are we supposed to do this as a country and as citizens?
Actually, what the president said yesterday is that this if human beings have been vaccinated, what are animals to be vaccinated?
Do you have to mean that if we vaccinating animals of a certain disease, we do the same? So it's like the disease is attacking across people and
no,
animals.
not really. He was just trying to mean that if vaccination is not harmful to human beings, it can also not be harmful to cattle, or rather in this case cows, goats, and also sheep.
But I think we have situations where you find that vaccination is not good or even it is harmful.
Yeah, some vaccinations are harmful if they have not been approved by KVA. I think KV is Kenya
That is actually
Veterinary
now
Association.
that is when it comes to the issue of people or human beings. Sometimes you may, because of maybe the prescription or some other factors that you may consider to prove if vaccination is right or even is harmful for human consumption. So when it comes to KVA, and this is Kenya Veterinary Association, you find that they're asking our president to stop or even to make a stop of the issue of vaccinating 22 million cattle, which whereby it is subjected to public participation. So I'm wondering, should we go that way, or should which way are we allowed to go as a people?
My take on this is that if this vaccination is good, if it is approved by the Kenya Veterinary Association and it has been said that it is good for the cattle, then we can go ahead. But KVA has really expressed concerns about the rapid implementation of the vaccination program, you know, without their concern.
And we've noted that one MP Mweke said that Bill Gates is not involved in this the whole scenario or issue of fascinating the 22 million cattle. And now the question is, why should we fascinate, or why should we be forced as Kenyans to vaccinate our animals? Because you cattle, I think if you're a farmer, you know the procedures that you use to do vaccination for your cattle or animals. But sometimes when it comes to issue of you, it's like it is becoming something natural, or it's an umbrella covering the whole country. I think we need to have, or people need to have questions. Why are we forced to do vaccination, which we've not done for a very long time? And if there are any symptoms or signs of any disease that may occur on our animals, we are very keen, and we know the routines that we use every now and then to make sure that our animals are vaccinated or even are treated. We all, every farmer have, or even has, a calendar or a routine
for their cattle.
For their cattle.
And actually, despite these concerns from people and even other leaders, President Ruto remains steadfast in this.
That he should.
And he's still supporting it, and for the program, because he said that he's stating that it is safe, it is transformative, and critical to increasing livestock yields.
What my thought would be is that if it is it is a breaking disease, or even it is an outbreak, I think we are supposed to be guided on how we are supposed to do vaccination. But if it's not an outbreak of any disease, I think what we're supposed to do as a people is do, because you have animal that you bought out of your consent, out of your choice, and with the purpose and motivation of you buying.
And
so you
a critical question I want to pose this night is that how were these cattle surviving before vaccination? And will they still survive with vaccination or without vaccination?
Do you mean if it's not declared as an outbreak, do you mean that every animal or cattle is suffering from the same disease?
Not really. They can't, even human beings don't suffer from the same disease at any point in life. So I don't know if this vaccination is safe for our cattle, but how are our cattle surviving without these vaccination methods?
They were still surviving, but because KVA has requested our president to make sure that we wait for public participation, I think that is the right way for us to go, to make sure that you don't rush into choices or options, because you've been staying with your cattle there, so please don't rush to things that you feel they're not good or even fit for you, Keto. And thank you for watching Mugi TV, or unless you've got something else you can add on the same.
Let me just finish by saying that President Ruto has dismissed propagandas and also distractors from spreading rumors. Yeah, if you check the internet of this vaccination, he just says it's right for our cattle. Yeah, that's all.
It's right for vaccination.
Yeah, it's right
but
for
now,
vaccination.
being right is okay, but if the government is taking care of the activity, it's okay on their own budget.
Okay,
And,
if they include it in the budget of 2025, 2026, well and good.
It is allowed, but now the question that
it will
we still
increase,
raise
actually it will increase
concern
yields
on the same,
on the agricultural sector, or rather pastoralists.
And I had someone mention that if you want to sell your goats to India or to any other country that is far from Kenya, and by so doing, I would think if it is economically thought, it will bring a kind of economic advantage to our country. But why is it pushed so fast? And if it's cattle we've been selling in our local markets, and we've been gaining what we need to gain as a people, because you have to do an overturn of what you have to get as a farmer. You have to do profits, you have to do all that, you see the margin that you have as a farmer. So I don't think if this activity or even this practice are looking like it's forced into us doing it, I don't think whether it brings in the fruits or even profits that we need as immediate as possible, as farmers should wish.
And just to inform our viewers, because in our work here as journalists is to inform them, is that the nationwide livestock vaccination campaign is set to roll out in January 2025.
2025. And you have to be keen. It is subject to public participation. So don't take you just do the routine that you normally carry to your cattle, and make sure that you have the safety and their protection every time. So thank you for watching, and thank you for listening to